Hi there, my name's Nicholas. I'm a Nireeka fan, and when I say fan, I mean that um, because I was one of the first people to purchase a Nireeka back in 2018, and Nireeka were kind enough to um, gift me a Nireeka Revenant after owning two homies and two homies and a Nireeka Prime to test and review. And it's a bit of a special moment at the moment. I'm just riding home from work, and I want to show you something. Hopefully you can see it okay. I've just clicked over 1,000 kilometers on this bike, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to pull over and I'm going to do a review on this bike after 1,000 kilometers in approximately 1 year of owning this bicycle. Now I'm going to show you the bike. Unfortunately, I don't have the stand, and I'll explain that in just a moment. This is what's happened to my stand after roughly 600 or 700 kilometers. The bottom end of the stand fell off. Most of my riding is dirt roads and mountain bike trails. If you have a look in the distance, I live in Melbourne, a little town called Mount Dandenong, and that's that hill with the towers that you can see in the distance. I live about 1 kilometre behind that tall tower there on the other side of that mountain. So I commute to work from there. So it's a bit of an incline, and then when I get past that high point, I then pretty much meander down the mountain bike track, and on my way back up I actually take a dirt road. If you're interested in finding this place on Google Maps, the town is called Mount Dandenong in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, and the road that I ride up and down, in fact I ride up that road, is called Olinda Basin Road. So if you want to Google that, you'll know where I'm riding. On the way down I actually take a fire trail which pretty much brings me straight down. It's a very steep path full of rocks, kangaroos passing in the early mornings nearly throw me off the track. Anyway, let's get back to this bike. What I think about this bike, I'm putting it on the ground. First of all, since receiving it, all I've done to this bike is ride it. Hasn't been washed. The rain has washed it and kept it clean. Hasn't been lubricated. Hasn't been serviced. It's got the original brakes on it and tyres. You'll notice the rear tyre, I would say, is pretty close to being worn out, and the front tyre is still in very good condition. The bike does get left outside when I'm at work, and also undercover when I'm at home. It hasn't been in the rain that much at all, so if it's exposed to anything, it's just really the cold air and wind and a bit of rain. You'll notice a bit of rust on the pedal. This pedal here is exposed more than the other side because this is this side that cops all the bad weather when it rains. The brakes, I'm actually going to do a service on it in the next few days. I'm guessing the brakes should be very close to being replaced on the back, but honestly I cannot fault this bike. To do 1,000 kilometers without being touched, apart from the initial setup of the bike, is insane. No flat tires, no nothing. Apart from losing that bike stand piece at the end there. It came off a couple of times. I put it back on. I probably should have just left it off and eventually put it back on and fix it really tight. But anyway, I don't really need it, so I'm not fussed. It's a bike stand. So if you're on the market for a good quality bike, it's going to be problem free, this is the bike to get. I have lent this bike out to so many people to ride, and some of them owning a cheap-ish bike. Like they've spent roughly $3,500 to $4,000 Australian dollars on their bikes, and after hopping on this bike they couldn't believe the difference. I've actually ridden the other bikes too, and they cannot compare in the comfort, in the speed, and the way the bike rides, the gear changes, everything. Nireeka have really done a beautiful job on this bike. I cannot fault it. My concern at the beginning was this compartment here coming off and on because of this. I've actually lubricated that a couple of times and cleaned it. It's worn in now and it slides really, really easy. Not an issue at all. The suspension works beautifully as it's meant to. There's no noises coming out of the bike. However, the hub motor, I noticed that a couple of times now there's a bit of a winding noise coming out of the hub motor. But I will look into that. I don't think it's anything serious, because when I stop pedaling it actually comes good.